What up, guys? We got another video by All Is Mind today, and this one is called How Thoughts and Beliefs Become Reality. I often read people saying, when I affirm something, I know it's a lie because my reality shows the opposite. It makes no sense to me to say something that is not true. Now let us look closer at what the person above has just said. I know it's a lie because my reality shows the opposite. But what makes that opposite reality? If you look close enough, you will see that you affirm that opposed reality constantly to the point that you may not even be aware of how effectively you use that or those negative affirmations. It makes no sense to me to say something that is not true. This is what you need to understand. Let's say you were living in lack and poverty. All you see and think is problems, debts, lack, despair. And because you read my posts, you begin to affirm something like, money flows endlessly in my life, I'm completely blessed, and you feel its reality and impact. You really mean it. This action/change of the mind will have the same effect as if you turned a heater on in a cold room. It will begin to heat the room. It will change its atmosphere. Those thoughts and feelings of money actualize those cold, lack thoughts. Atoms in the room, your reality. So the more you keep it turned on, the more the heat grows. If you have a heater on in your house / room, I want you to turn it on and see its progressive effects. See it in the context of you comparing your reality with your mind energy. Would you ever say, the room is cold anyway, and it's foolish to turn the heater on? Why would I lie to myself? This is exactly what you do when you see undesirable reality and let your mind and feelings be dictated by what you see instead of just seeing that your heater is off and turn it on. This is all the reality can do. Reflect your mind and state of being. You see, the room was cold in the past, and let's say it's even cold now. But if you look at your mind, you will see that the heater is turned off, so of course it's cold. When I see the heater is turned off, I mean you didn't live in a mental state of wealth. You didn't affirm and felt those thoughts that represent the heater being turned on. Money flows endlessly in my life. I'm completely blessed. And because now you affirm it, you have changed your state of mind and persist in it, you know that the reality will heat up to the degree that you keep the heater on. As you can imagine, it does little good to turn it on for 5 minutes, then turn it off the rest of the time. You have to keep it on for a while. Of course, the example of the heater has its limits because it will heat the room in less than an hour. In real life, a change may take more time, but never months or years. Generally, it happens in less than 30 days. The heat goes up only when you keep the heater on for some time. In the context of mind/reality, it means that you have to feel and mean your affirmations. They should be felt as your goal being accomplished. This and this only means that the heater is turned on. Hoping, begging, forcing, doubting, waiting, or not heating anything. You have to keep affirming something that you want to have or be as something that is already done, as if it was part of you. And that only keeps the change growing, because you should focus on the end goal as already achieved. This is a feeling, and not focus on the change or ways or opportunities that keep passing by. In the same way, the heater is on its desired temperature, but between its temperature and the temperature of the room, there is no comparison. The room changes and adjusts, but he keeps his fixed reality. At the end of this process, the room finally reflects the exact temperature of the heater as long as it is on. So will be your desirable reality. You will keep affirming and feeling it as already achieved for a while, and you will see progressive changes happen. And it will grow until it reflects exactly your affirmative feelings. Let's imagine you were a true victim in a relationship. You were ignored, cheated on, humiliated, and now you have anger, regret, depression because of what happened. You say, how can I imagine myself being loved like a god or goddess when I was treated like this, like the worst shit in this world? Oh well, LOL. Well, that past was the effects of your heater being off, so you don't need to deny or ignore it. You just know that when that reality was possible, it is because your thoughts were completely different from now. It was a whole other extreme. You know that no cold/negative reality is possible when the heater is turned on, you living in a desirable state of mind. As you can see, and contrary to what many people tell you, you don't ignore what was or what is. You don't ever try to delude yourself. You know that the room was and is cold. You don't deny that. We are not trying to have a mental illness, LOL. You don't lie to yourself. But above all, you know why the room was cold and you know why it is now or will be warm. But again, the heater doesn't say I will be warm in the future or the room will be warm. It keeps its desirable temperature no matter what the outside temperature is, because what temperature is outside him is irrelevant. Now leave Reddit for a while and heat up your fucking world, haha. Okay, so Guru Dev 1000 says, I want to add to this heater analogy. If you turn the heater on and after a while you don't find the cold room hot, you don't get angry at the room, but you go and check if the heater is working properly. Same with the state of mind. Do not fear looking into the mind and being honest with what is in there. Some more comments in here. Well, anyways, again, I could go through the comments, but I feel like we pretty much got the gist of it. And, you know, that's true. Like, everything, this is another principle in the Hermetic principles, everything has a polarity. Like heat, there's hot and cold. It's the same substance or the same idea that we're dealing with, but there's just a spectrum on it, whether something's hot, whether it's cold. It could be lukewarm, in the middle to boiling hot, all the way to sub-zero, and everything in between. And basically our emotional state can be likened to this. And what they say that masters of alchemy do is they're able to, instead of having this pendulum swing back and forth so much by the outer reality, the outer circumstances, they're able to maintain this equilibrium in the middle. And that's another principle, that life has rhythm. That's another principle in the 7 principles. And so when we're able to just kind of vibrate in the middle without going too far in either direction, we pretty much are able to maintain a state that doesn't get dragged down or doesn't get, you would ideally, you'd think that it would be nice to be in this ecstatic state of mind, but it's not sustainable. Nobody's ever in a permanent state of ecstasy. So to have this equilibrium, but then just be okay with that higher version of yourself, or that version of yourself that has the things, you give yourself the permission to have the things that you want, to be the person that you want to be, but then have that emotional stability with it. That would be utilizing this properly, I would say. So anyways, guys, thank you as usual for watching. Drop me a like, drop me a comment, and I will see you guys next time.